So I'm back with the rear spoiler. Nothing's wrong this time. It's still on there, still not going anywhere, bolted down. But there's two minor details I didn't cover in my last video. So I'm gonna fix it today and kind of explain to you what I didn't share. When I was doing all of these four rib nuts, they all went in great. But when I went to put the bolt in this one, I may have cross-threaded it, or it may have just got hung up on something, and then the rib nut started spinning, so that one didn't bolt down. The rest of them did just fine, but this one did not, so it's actually not tight. Now, with the other three, it's fine, but I hate it. It's the little things that kill me, that I obsess over, and I just want it to be right. That's the first thing. So I'm gonna take these out. I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to remove that damage or that slipped rib nut and just put a new one in. I think I might be able to just kind of with some pliers squeeze it and bend it enough to kind of just pry it back out. So I'm gonna try that. Second thing that I didn't do, and I don't know if I mentioned it in my last video on this, but I didn't waterproof it. So on the original one, if you go back to when I was painting, prepping and painting the spoiler, there was a kind of a foam seal that ran around the entire kind of perimeter of where it mounts. And it didn't really enter my mind much that it mattered. But as I got thinking about it, you've got all this water that's going to run down here, and now you've got 4 holes back there. I didn't silicone seal them or anything, which I probably should do. But the idea being, like, that rubber seal that was on there, or foam seal, likely redirected water away from that. Now, I'm sure how they're mounted on the factory install, I believe I don't know how they're installed, but they're probably sealed and waterproofed and welded in, not rib nuts. So it's probably less of an issue. But I'm gonna take this off, fix that rib nut, run a layer of this weatherproofing stuff that I got. It's I think 1/2 inch wide, and 1/4 inch thick, I think is what I ordered. And it may not be perfect, but I think it'd be better than having nothing. And I'll know more once I get in there how it's gonna work. And I don't know if I have any silicone. I think I do. I'm thinking probably the smart thing to do is to run a little bead of silicone around the rib nuts also, just to prevent water from coming in between the rib nut and the body of the vehicle, just as a preventative. I don't know how necessary it is, but, and I also, to be fair, I don't drive it in the rain a lot. I do if I have to, but I'm not avoiding it, but it's not like a regular occurrence. But I'm trying to do things right, so figured I'd spend today getting this removed. The worst part is just pulling out these caps, because they're stuck down pretty good, so without damaging them. So pulling them off, pulling out the bolts, removing the spoiler, fixing that rib nut, waterproofing. That's my plan for today. So let's get to it. Okay, so got the covers off. You can see this bolt is not tight. See how loose it is in there? It's because when I spin it, the rib nut's spinning too. And you can see that one is in there and tight, and so are the other 3. So goal is remove these 3, which will give me a little leverage to pull this back and hopefully get to the inside of this where I can bend and remove that rib nut. So here goes. Okay, I was able to get the screw out just by kind of clamping down on that with some needle nose vice grips, and was able to back the bolt out. So now I need to figure out how to remove it so I can put a new one in. So that's the next trick, I guess. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but we're going to try. So here it goes. Okay, after a little muscle, I was able to get the old one out and get a new one in. So that's good. I was a little worried about that. So now I'm going to flip this over and put the foam seal on it. I am going to try to run a little bead of some kind of silicone around these holes to try to waterproof them a little bit more. Just precautionary. And yeah, so let's do that and see how that goes. So just to show that I'm actually doing this, so I used the Tiger Seal and kind of just smeared it around the edges just to prevent water from getting in like the back side of the rib nut. You know, those rib nuts are not watertight, right? So I want to do that. And then on top of that, we'll run the foam. And I think a combo of that will keep, you know, a large majority of the water out. It may not be all of it. I don't know where this goes if water gets in here. I'm assuming this is just a single layer of metal and the backside is the inside of my car. So I feel like if it does leak, I will see it and I will be paying attention just because I know what I've done. So we'll keep an eye on it. I'm honestly not that worried about it. I just want peace of mind that I've done enough to try to make sure it doesn't happen. So that's what we're doing. Just a little peace of mind. And I'm going to run this foam on here and let this dry for a bit and put it back together. And there it is. I am going to have to kind of just open up these holes because these are where the screws go in. They probably won't get in the way, but I'm just going to cut them out a little bit and make sure they don't get in the way because I don't need another cross thread going on. But yeah, I think that's going to work pretty well. I put the seam on the back side. I think it's going to be pretty tight anyway, but if water does come through, at least it's coming out the backside, like has a place to drain out the backside. So yeah, now we put this thing back together. I hope this is the last time I remove this spoiler. This is number 4. So let me open those holes up and get these bolts in and get this thing back on. Okay, it's in. It's super snug. All the bolts are all the way in now. No stripped rib nuts, cross-threaded bolts. Everything is there. The foam is on there. See if you can kind of see. Sorry about that. I'm trying to just get you a view. It's hard to see because it's pretty compressed. So pretty happy with how well it compressed down. I think it'll keep, again, not all of it, but enough. We're going to find out it's supposed to rain this week, which is why I'm doing this now. But yeah, with the seal around the rib nuts, the foam across it, I'm feeling pretty good about this being rather watertight, or almost watertight. So we'll find out. If anything goes wrong, or if I think I'm getting water, I will update all of you on that. But if you don't hear from me, that means everything is good. So that's it for now. I'm gonna redo the adhesive on these caps. They've come on and off a couple times now, and I just want to make sure. I hate doing them as well as I did the first time because they were so hard to get off. But worst case, I can 3D print new ones and just spray them black. So it's not the end of the world for me. So I may not use 4 sides. I might just run a strip on both sides and that's it. It'll give me a little place to pry up. But yeah, so I'll get those caps on there and we'll be done. But yeah, thanks for watching yet another rear spoiler video. Hopefully this is the last one. So I'll see you guys next time. So there you go. Got new 3M tape applied, and I'm gonna peel the red off and stick them back on, and it'll be actually finished. I know I said I was done and see you next time and all that. But I just wanted to show the finished product. So they're back in. I got to clean up this spoiler. Probably going to have to buff and polish it again. I've got just so many marks. Might have to lay another coat of paint on it. But considering where it is, it's not very noticeable. And I'm glad I climbed up here because I almost missed my chisel. But yeah, so actually completed, done. And I hope to never mess with it again. All right, this time for real. Later.